All right. So last time, a lot of the items that the party had been going after for the last few sessions kind of came to a close. They cleansed, or at least drove away, the mysterious red dust mist, whatever you want to call it, that they found out had been plaguing the elementals, the earth elementals in Syria, allowing them to return from their hiding and come back to Blingenstone. Once that had happened, the battle against the slimes, which had been ongoing, was quickly decided, and now Blingenstone has returned to some semblance of normalcy. Um, they did capture Asha during their escapades over in Red Dust area, and she's currently over the shoulder and tied up. Over the shoulder of Mark, I believe, right?
That is correct.
Yes. The were-rats and also Topsy and Turvy kind of split a bit before going into the city, telling you that they were going to head back to the Warren, that they probably wouldn't be appreciated in the city, especially right now. And you have a stoned, and when I say stoned, I mean petrified, gnome that you plucked from the red dust area, and you have been invited for supposedly what you've done to come to Diggermatic Hall on a summons from the chief and the quartermaster. Apparently are the ones who are running this place. Blingenstone is starting to recover after all this, although it's just been a few hours after they've pushed the slimes back, so they're not really a threat at the moment. And I believe, Mark, you got a new weapon last time as well.
I did. It's this brand new glorious thing
mm-hmm.
that
That's it.
there it
An
goes.
elven weapon.
Yeah, I love elves. They're great. They're the best.
Yeah, taken from the old armory because it was a weird weapon that nobody knew how to use.
Thank you, Laura.
Absolutely.
And there's a bunch of other different things that are happening, but for now, it's up to the party as to what they want to do.
What are we going to do with this woman? Like, obviously, we want to try this at least one more time tomorrow with this stupid mirror.
Right. Maybe we could, and bear with me, maybe we could put her either in the catacombs. I know that's a bad idea, or take her to the were-rat Warren, because I have to go there anyway. Like, hey, I'll go ahead and decurse, uncurse, degrease, whatever, all of you, and can you not kill her, but watch her for a moment? Like, watch her, but still watch her while she's alive, kind of thing. Because we obviously can't take her to the meeting with the higher-ups, because that seems like a really bad move. I mean, I'll do it.
I agree.
We could do it. But
the problem is, I'm trying to think of any party members that aren't us three that I trust to like watch her and not. Oh, there's been an accident.
Well, Ront.
I mean, I trust Ront in terms of trust, not in terms of competency.
Okay, fine.
So we've got another problem there.
Shushar?
Sit on her.
Yeah, Shushar, sit.
Okay. Yeah, just stay. Keep stool with you.
Well, as much as I hate to say this, I could go ahead and volunteer to just watch her. Like, my character doesn't have a lot on his mind right now other than practicing with these new weapons, which is a lot of downtime. Did you know there's this new thing in D&D Next about downtime? Which
D&D Next.
But yeah, that? No. So my thinking is, if you want someone to just watch her while you guys deal with stuff, I can do that. I can kill her very quickly if it comes worst to worst. Mm-hmm. She's not going to get away. I'm a monk. I can disable, and I'm not gonna. I barely need to sleep. Like, you get the idea.
Can we leave her with the earth elementals?
Do you trust the Earth Elementals to understand? Watch her, don't hurt her, and don't let her get away.
Through the monks, yes.
Oh, that's fair.
Or not
That's
the monks,
fair.
but through the priests,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But, I mean, I'd hate to have Liam go through that entire ritual again just to have a quick one-sided conversation. Like, can you please watch her and make sure she doesn't leave and we still need her alive for reasons and stuff?
They don't understand me. That's the problem.
Yes, that's going to work one-sided in the wrong direction.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm
Just
just
the worst
picturing-
Google Translate ever.
You point to the Earth Elemental, and then you point to her, right?
Yeah, and they go,
And you're
oh
like,
yeah, we could totally kill her.
Bam!
Yeah.
That's the end of that problem.
Can we put her in a magically induced coma?
That's not on me. That's on you two. I could put her into a regular coma.
No, I know
Elves
that
are-
one.
Elves are infamously resistant to magically induced sleep.
Damn.
That's true. That is true.
He didn't say
Well-
sleep. He said coma. There's a
Well, that
difference.
is true. That's true.
Subtle difference.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Magically induced coma.
This is my sword magic. Yeah.
Oh, also not going to work.
I mean, yeah, if you stab them enough times with the magic sword, they'll eventually. Oh, Platty, thank you.
Yeah, but there's just like that half step between like it's working and oh no, it's not working anymore, or worked too well.
Oh, that is true. Sorry, I was responding in chat. Well, whatever you'd like to do with her, you don't have to decide immediately because you're pretty much at your own leisure as to when you actually want to respond to this summons.
Okay.
No one really seems to give a whole lot of care right now hauling her around. Most of them are like injured or rebuilding things or whatnot, so they've got other things in their mind. But you definitely are getting some looks like that's a little weird, but whatever.
I've given my idea already. Sorry, I don't have much to add to this, so I'm just sitting there.
Well, I think that would work if we like did that while we were doing some research on trying to find a way to break the being turned to stone for the gnome and for the were-rats, or the were-rat that was turned. So having you hole up in the inn that we had rooms for while we go and do that, get that squared away, and then we can deal with her or find another way to deal with her.
Do they have a brig?
I mean, if we put her in one of their jails, we are not getting her back.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So interestingly enough, they don't really seem to, but that probably just seems like they don't have any like prisoners right now.
Right.
Like it's not a thing they've been doing. They haven't had to like police really.
Is there
Or
a
if you
drow size safety deposit box that we could put her in?
I mean, if you ask around, then they'll tell you like there's some abandoned homes. They used to have something like that, but it's currently been repurposed.
Okay.
What about one of the homes that has the ghosts?
Depends on if it's depends on what kind of spirit's inside there.
Exactly.
Oh, for Christ's sakes! All right, I'm like, all right, let's guys. This is a non-issue. I take her. I take the mirror, and I go to our room. You go do whatever. I'm just gonna this. I'm chopping this off. This is not an issue. Go
Okay.
talk to the leaders.
Oh,
We'll bring you back a gift bag.
Thank you. If you could bring me like some lunch, maybe like a burger with some mustard that had garlic mixed into it. It was really good. God, that was
Okay. Again, not sure how that's going to work in the Underdark, let alone
Listen,
cow
I'll
meat,
take mustard and mushroom mustard.
What?
It's
Yep,
mushroom
no.
mustard, so it's a
Yep.
thing now. Mustard.
oh,
I'll take it.
okay.
Let's go.
It's made out of mushrooms. That's what they got around here.
Yep.
Right.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
ready. Come
Gotta
on,
get you a jar
what's
of
your
that.
stupid name? I turned to the elf. What's your name again?
Asha.
All right, come on, Asha. Drag.
If you're going back to the inn
So degrading.
that I had already rented, they do have food there.
Have cow meat.
They got Roth meat.
What does Roth meat taste like?
Underdark cow?
A gamey.
Yeah. It's wild.
I'm suddenly reminded of Demolition Man.
No.
El Rata?
It's okay. I'll just have Taco Bell there. All right. So
Yep.
I take her back. I get a nice meal. I get a meal for her too. I get her food.
All right. Yeah. The innkeeper's like, wow, I thought I'd seen the last of the drow, huh?
Don't worry. You will.
All right. Yeah, that's good enough for me.
Okay, good. Come on. Don't worry. I'm not actually going to kill you, Asha.
But you can tell that she's like, she doesn't believe a word of it.
Yeah, that's because I'm
She's
not.
like, that's not a real threat. I've heard real threats.
I'm not. Let's go. Drag.
Okay. Shishar and Stool have been hanging out there, so they'll just accompany you as well.
Oh, hi, Stool. Go away.
Shishar says, Stool is confused. He has no idea what's going on.
I'm sure. And I don't want that in my head or hers. And I don't want her head in mine.
Oh,
Don't worry. After an incident with the innkeeper, I've instructed him not to randomly spoof.
No, he's already too close. I can already feel them in the air. I'm trying to hold my breath right now. And too late. I've already inhaled it.
We'll be in the main area.
Thank you.
The common room.
Thank you. Go away.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Oh, God. Could you get, what? Never mind. Did I have my food? I have my food. I sit down. I hand Asha some food. I'm like,
she says they would be better as slaves.
I need to feed you, don't I? Yeah, I can't unbind. Here, have some food. Feed. I take the muffin and shove it down her throat.
Mm-hmm.
Here, eat. And tell me everything you know about demons. And I'm going to spend the next however long, interrogating her about demons. You don't need to answer right now. Go and do the other two players.
Yeah, we'll come back to that later. All right. Meanwhile, back over in
Cannon.
more Inner Blingstone. Are you heading to the hall directly, or are you going to be doing something else?
We may as well get the summons portion of that out of the way so we can move more freely, potentially.
I'm not opposed.
Okay.
I mean, we went to the armory or whatever it was first, but I think once we split off with Mark headed to the inn, we just had to head over there. So, makes sense.
Okay. So the summons directs you to Diggermatic Hall, which you have already been a few times before. That was where you had the secret way out the back when you went to take care of dust and all that sort of stuff. Instead of being abandoned this time, there is a lot of activity happening. Desks and tables and chairs all over the place. There are at least a dozen or so deep gnomes in here, all crowded around maps and various documents and the obvious management type work going on here. And when you come in, one of the deep gnomes, a very scholarly looking one, takes notice, and he comes up to, I guess he'd come up to, where's my dice? Here's my dice. Yeah, he's around here for something.
Well, Taston would be the first in.
Taston, okay, so come to Taston then. And he says, very good. You must be the folks who helped us out with the elementals. The Diggermatics, and he just points to the table in general, and that the deep gnomes are crowded around. The Diggermatics would like to see you and express their personal gratitude for what you've done. And he says, Dorbo, Senny, and two deep gnomes look up. The one male, one female, and they don't really look much different than all the other ones. They've got like dusty mining / ink stains on them. They don't appear to really be rulers, more as just different management people. And the guy kind of like wipes off some of the ink stains on him, and he says, comes over and says, so you must be, and he looks at Taston, he says, Taston, a pleasure to meet you, and I'm assuming you're coming in, Liam.
Yeah, I'm
he says,
behind
you
him.
must be Liam. I would like to personally thank you for what you have done. Come, let's take a break. And he claps his hands, and everybody, almost on cue, kind of like spreads away from the table and goes off to their own various tables where they break out what looks to be just like a standard blue collar type mining lunch. And there is just one that remains there, a female deep gnome who like starts wiping her hands off as well and perches against the table and says, "This is my wife, Senny," and she gives a curt nod to everyone, and he says, "Let's have a seat and discuss what we can do for you. If there's anything we like to do, it's to reward people who help us." And he breaks out a little bit of a lunch for everybody there. Just kind of pushes a bunch of papers aside, and you see it's like stuff you would expect to see in like a business, right? There's invoices, there's mining stuff, there's a bunch of maps. You notice that they kind of make sure that you don't see the maps; those seem to be a little secretive. And clear off a place for you two. They hand you some stuff, which looks like, I mean, it's not hardtack, but it's close. And he says, "I apologize for the provisions. That's what we've got around here. Unless you're willing to trade with places like Gracklestug or Mantle Dareth, and we haven't had a supply for quite some time. So there's a couple things I'd like to present to you right away." He says, "Senny," and Senny brings out some papers and says, "Yes, as gratitude, we would like to offer you some residences within the city." And she hands over a deed or 4 deeds rather, for homes. She says, "Do not worry, they've been cleared fully of ghosts. They are a little bit fixer-upper, but I thought it was the least we could really do was to offer you some place to stay. And don't worry, any food, any basic necessities will be taken care of. You can always find shelter and food while you're within Blingenstone." And the guy Dorvo says, "Right. And if you're in need of any decent types of armaments, any basic necessities like that, just call on me or one of my managers," and he points to some of the other deep gnomes over there, "and we'll get you set up." They couldn't help but tell me that some of you were wielding basically no armaments and like pickaxes and such. So we think we could probably do better for you.
That sounds quite useful. I'm sure many of our party will enjoy the improved armaments.
And Sunny speaks up again. She says, "Well, I know that's just a relatively small drop in the bucket for what you've done for us. So what I'd like to ask is there anything that we can do for you? I'm afraid I don't actually know why you came to Blingenstone in the first place if you had original business here, but just let us know and we'll do what we can."
Well, among some of the other things, some of your citizens were returning with them since they knew the area better than we did, and we had escaped from Drow prison camp, and so they knew of a place that had safe harbor to a degree, and that's how we ended up here. But more along the lines of what we could do with perhaps some information. Kind of in the more immediate, we're looking to see if there's a way, since you are versed in mining and the earth elementals as well to a degree, do you know of ways of removing the curse of being turned to stone?
Sunny thinks for a minute. Meanwhile, Dorbo has like dug a bunch of papers out, and he has this amused look on his face. He started doing this right after you mentioned escaping from the drow encampment, and he kind of gives you a look, and he holds up some posters that have a likeness of you three or the entire group on them. They are drow wanted posters.
Yep, that looks about right.
He says, "Yeah, we get those a lot." And Sunny doesn't look as amused that he's bringing this up, but he says, "Well, stoned. I'm afraid that would likely be a question for our priest, the Enclave. They would be the ones to know anything about reversing the effects of being turned to stone rather than us. I do know there is magic that can do so, but unfortunately, and we likely don't have that here. I would speak with the Enclave if you were looking for a remedy for that. We don't have anything that I know of, though.
Okay. The other bit would be probably more involved, looking for a way perhaps back to the surface.
So Dorbo nods at Seni and says, well, I'm the right person to talk to about that matter. Actually, I am the leader of trade efforts and caravans that go to the various places surrounding Blingenstone. And I can tell you, as far as common routes go, there are several ways to leave safely. The most direct way would be to go to Gauntlgrim, the Dwarven or the Durgar trading city, and take a surface caravan there. Manteldareth, we likely won't be sending any caravans there very soon because it's a little more of a treacherous route, but that would also be a way you could break into the surface. We do know routes to Gauntlgrim and the Mithril Hall, but we have no plans to send caravans there soon, and they're quite a ways away, but I'm sure we could provide you with a route to go there if you wish to go there yourself. Could we spare any soldiers, Dorbo? And Dorbo looks like he doesn't want to say a whole lot, but he says, maybe. I'll tell you this: if you're going anywhere except Manteldareth or Gauntlgrim, it's treacherous. I'd really not want to send soldiers from our place to what could potentially just be a suicide mission. It's very dangerous.
Understood. That makes sense.
There is, and I should let you know this, there is technically a place that's very close here, about a 12-day journey. It's not really a settlement, but it is a route to the surface. But that's likely it's not a common route, and it's very, very dangerous, even more so than going to the Mithril Hall or Gauntlgrim. But it's the most direct route out of here. It's a tunnel which leads straight to the surface. Sani says, if honestly, if you're looking for the safest way out, I'd recommend accompanying one of our caravans to Gauntlgrim, and taking a route from there to the surface. That's
okay.
That's the safest way. Not the most direct way, but the safest. And Dorbo says, well, assuming we can get the salt mines up and running again. And he says, yes, that is a concern. I should explain.
With the salt mines?
It's currently occupied by were-rats. And Dorbo says, they need to be driven away, if you ask me.
Doing a quick mental math check, does that check out with where the were-rat warren is, or is it a different were-rat tribe, potentially?
You remember seeing mining carts and salt and stuff there. I mean, they specifically did mention that.
Okay.
And Seni says, now, Dorbo, I believe they can rejoin society. And Dorbo says, yes, if we want to get all were-rat infected and die out again, that's a real great way to do it. And they shoot looks at each other. You can tell they've had this conversation before.
What if we talk to them? see if we can work out a deal.
Dorbo was about to say something, and he says, that would be wonderful. As leader of the settlements, I believe that would be the optimal solution.
Okay. Let me talk it over with my party, and we can see what we can do.
Thank you.
I'll also discuss with them if they, and Liam, feel free to break in anywhere here, but that might be something we would want to discuss as far as a route, a safe route, or if we would be continuing on to bring others back to their hometowns. There's a better word for hometown. That made no sense. Their villages.
If there's something we can do to help the were-rats, I'm not opposed.
You're asking Dorbo and Senny? Or
No, that was a response to Taston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm kind of playing that up a lot more than it is necessary, since I'm like, yes, we can totally solve their problem, which will solve your problem, which will solve the other problem. So we're all problem solvers here. So yeah.
Question for the GM: does dispel magic work on the were-rat curse?
It does not.
Damn it.
No. I think
Fast track that.
It's the only thing you've known that's been able to work.
I was hoping I could help, but
Yeah. No, I get it. No, it's all good. Just down a few thousand mana potions, we'll get this going.
yeah.
Just drowning in blue energy drink.
Yeah. Well, Dorbo says, yeah, if you need any provisions, let us know. We're going to have to get back to work pretty soon. He looks over at the managers who seem to have finished their stuff and are kind of looking here and just waiting to get back to work. And he says, let us know if there's anything we can do for you. We can always accept help for anything else, and of course you'll be rewarded as such. I sometimes send out patrols and clear out the homes of the ghosts, and I may be sending out some expeditions to places like the nearby mines to retake them and occupy them once again. If you would like to accompany us on this, then feel free to.
I will make it a point to discuss that with my group.
Thank you. And Senny says, well, I think Dorbo's had quite enough of this. I apologize. Let's get back to work. We still do have that caravan to plan and some citizens to rehouse. If you'll excuse us, gentlemen. And she stands up and gives you two a bow.
Turn with a nod.
Mm-hmm.
If we need to talk to you, how would you recommend we arrange a meeting?
Then he says, "Oh, just come on in here. We're the summons honestly was a little too formal for our tastes. So just come in here and talk to us.
Very
We
well.
have no real. We used to have a ruling structure hundreds and hundreds of years ago, but right now it's not very practical."
It's fair.
Right. And she turns around and gets back to work talking about assigning some of the earth elementals to caravans, that kind of stuff. So you have 4 deeds in your hands for some inner bling and stone homes. Not quite sure if it's going to fit everybody or not, but you haven't seen them yet. These are houses for gnomes.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, they're all studio. They're like, oh, that's why you're giving these away. No, no. But yeah, it seems like you even have like as soon as you stand up, deep gnomes just kind of like swarm around you and go back to their work. They seem very very intent on finishing that sort of stuff.
All right, guess we'll head back to the inn.
Sure. Head back there. Sushar is sitting there slurping up some stew. Stool is just sitting quote unquote, on the table, pulsating, doing something. He's just sitting there going,
Oh, okay. Creepy. Moving on.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're like everybody else in the common room seems like they're wondering what's going on there. At this point, the other companions have joined for a bite to eat here, with the exception of Topsy and Turvy. So Ron, Jim Jar, Bupido, and for some reason I almost said Karen. I don't know why.
No, she's looking for the manager.
Yeah, she's looking for the manager. No, Eldith is sitting up there with a hand on her hip saying, "My stew is cold. Can I see your manager?" No, she's she's eating too, but they're all on one side of the room. They don't seem like they want to be anywhere near like Stool and Shushar right now.
Why?
Yeah, no reason.
And meanwhile, in the back, Ash has been spilling all of her secrets. No, you start asking her about demons.
I want to know everything you know about demons.
She looks at you like coldly and says, "I don't think you can handle it.
You're right. I'm sorry. My bad.
You can't handle the truth.
You need a strong mind."
That's true. I don't have as strong a mind as you do.
This is true.
Your mind is beyond mine. That's why Lolth abandoned you.
She spits at you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean that as an offense. She was threatened by you.
Says, "I have not been abandoned. I am being tested."
That doesn't sound accurate to me. I mean, when was the last time you heard from her?
Before I started to be my test, of course.
Which was
That's how it works. If I can see the mirror, I can find out.
Oh, right. Well, we're still waiting on that one, because it can be used once a day. Because I swear nobody knows how to make magic items anymore. But that doesn't really follow through. I should probably roll on this. Hang on. Where's my d20? So charisma check.
Okay.
I'm trying to convince her. I'm trying to boost up her ego, basically. I'm flattering her here.
Okay. Yeah. It'd be a charisma persuasion.
Well, thankfully I've taken persuasion because my charisma is 10. It's so weird not playing a talker. I usually play talkers. That's still a 17, though.
Okay. Okay. So you're kind of steering it in the direction of insulting, but trying to boost up her ego.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
like. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I kind of said it already.
Yeah.
You were too smart for her.
So like, she's just, "No, I'm great. I will triumph over this test.
I believe
You just watch."
No.
Of course you do.
I believe you absolutely, and I lean back. Although I'm curious, are you going to follow a different deity once you've realized how much better you are than her, how much you don't need her, or are you going to try to become your own? And there's no mockery here. This is genuine idle curiosity.
She seems to think for a minute and says, "Join the darks. Join the Dark Council, the Dark Celadric." Yes.
I can see that. Although, don't you think that's aiming a little small? Oh, no. You're just thinking for now, right? That makes sense.
You cannot grow too big too quickly, you understand. Otherwise, you attract unwanted attention.
Exactly. See, this is why you're smarter than me. I wouldn't have thought of that. I would have just gone for it and grabbed it.
Of course you wouldn't think of it.
I don't even understand these kind of the shadings and the nuances of deific politics. I couldn't even tell you where the demons, for example, lie on the pantheon. Like, are they for Lolth? Is she a demon? Actually, and I turn to the side. I'm not actually sure. Is she qualified?
He laughs. He says, "Of course she is. She is a demon and a god."
Whoa! I didn't know that was possible. So is that what you're going to be?
Demonhood has its flaws.
Like what?
Being a demon.
What's wrong with being a demon? I mean, you know, you have to
extend
understand.
Listen, you have to extend about a hierarchy. Being a god, a pure god, is so much better.
Oh, that's true. You could just skip the whole chain up, couldn't you?
Yes, of course.
I wonder if the mirror.
Yeah, roll
will
me a
tell you how to
religion
stop
check
that.
real quick.
Okay. Why? Actually, I think I have that trained too, funnily enough. I do. Hey, 17 on the dice. Which, oh, no, I don't. I'm sorry. So that's a 17.
Yeah, so you're listening to what she's saying, trying to separate the drow fanaticism from the actual logical stuff. Because some of the stuff she's saying is drow propaganda.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, as best you can tell, she kind of does know her stuff. And she, you prod her for information pretty well by stroking her ego, and she doesn't. About half the stuff she knows about demons, you think is not quite entirely true. Because she describes some of their abilities and stuff. You're like, that sounds a little fantastical, maybe made up.
Yeah.
But most of her expertise seems to be in the summoning specifically of Loth-related demons.
Oh, that makes sense. Of course. See, again, I wouldn't think of this kind of thing. You're a Loth priestess. Of course, you're going to summon Loth demons. Duh.
Handmaidens of Loth, yes. There could be even one among us now.
Really? Is it?
Yuck, yes. I wouldn't know. You're not smart enough to be a handmaiden.
That's a good point. I couldn't possibly. Are you still hungry? Do you want some food?
No, I'm full.
Okay, cool. So, when you were going through the chaos realms and the horrible death doom and the abyss, God, I'm trying to think how I want to phrase this question. I don't know how to ask this question in character. Did you notice any big movers or shakers? Anyone trying to disturb Loth's grand design while you were up there? Or I guess down there? I don't know how it works.
What a foolish question. Everyone is always trying to disrupt Loth's grand design.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunately, they've been successful in some ways, but she will soon overcome them.
Hold up. And I actually just like, whatever. Completely disbelieve. Yeah, sure.
The queen of the demon web pits will soon break free. She will show everyone else.
Break free of what?
Oh, she gives a gesture, well, she's tied up. She gives a head toss, when you catch someone just doing sloganeering and they have no reason behind it.
Yeah.
She kind of gives you that look like she hasn't really thought about it. She's just repeating a mantra.
Gotcha. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Got it. That is good to know. It's probably been a bit. I'm gonna do we have a way to check the mirror without just using it? See if its cooldown is up.
See if its cooldown is up. No.
Is there a timer that's slowly ticking down on the hotkey that I can look at?
Well, you know what? Make me an intelligence arcana check.
Yeah, I'm great at that. I'm great at both of those. Let's see. My arcana is +0 and my int is +0. And that is a 9.
Okay. So I'll tell you this, and this is mainly because you speak Elven as well. Because there are Elven glyphs and stuff on it.
Oh.
You get the feeling that there's probably some indication of when time related this does reset, but you're not really studious enough in the arcane ways to tell.
Damn it. The one time I want the half orc around, he's not here.
The one time?
Wow. Yeah, the first time.
Wow.
First time I want the half orc here and he's not here. I don't think we'd even heard him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that already did, and he's banning me from his Twitch chat right now.
There it is.
Yep. No. Please,
no. I don't know what happened.
Oh, it's strange. The button slipped. It's weird.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you and the audience a brief overview of Loth, since you learn a bit about Loth and her various demons. And you're able to separate some of the fact from fiction, so this will be a little more fact-based.
Here, let me summarize real quick. She's cuckoo in la cabeza. Okay, continue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some interesting history of Loth, at least
There
according
is,
to...
but she is absolutely freaking bonkers.
No, she is. And the Drow, unfortunately, at least a lot of the priestesses take after that. She is very chaotic to the point of... I mean, she's so chaotic that her own disciples believe that when she completely cuts them off, she's doing some test. Because she does do stuff like that sometimes.
Yep.
She would literally turn against her own followers because she's so bonkers and chaotic.
Yeah, she is self-defeating chaotic, is how I like to call that.
Yes. Not the most powerful around, but I mean, she's scheming enough that she did rise into the ranks of the it's like the Dark Pantheon, where some of the other Drow gods are there, kind of clawing her way up there. Not that Asha uses that same word, but
do you mind if I share two little tidbits about Loth really quick here?
Sure.
The only reason you've heard of her is because of Drizzt.
Yeah,
I'm serious. She's not actually a major player in the setting, but she is a constant element of those books, and those are the most popular Faerun things, so that's where you've heard of her.
Yeah.
The second thing I want to share about her is Drizzt is her chosen. Now, if you don't understand why that's nutso, she is a horrifically chaotic, evil, half-demon spider queen. Drizzt is a good guy. This is not an accident. This isn't like he didn't make it happen. She willingly wants him to be her chosen.
Yeah,
it helps test her
cuckoo
people.
for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, no, she is.
But in sorting through some of the stuff that she said, she, according to Asha, is both a demon and a god, although that's not technically true. More like one of them came before the other. It's kind of like saying, someone ascended to a god, but you can't say they're both human and a god. They're a god. Asha, of course, thinks she's ultimately powerful. That's not technically true. Although she's bonkers, she is pretty scheming. Maybe she's had so much success because she's so chaotic and nobody can really predict her.
The Cyrus
but
effect.
Still a fairly major player in Drow affairs.
Because no one else wants to.
Yeah. I mean, there's others, but even a lot of the Drow know that they're like, oh, come on. You do learn a bit about her what Asha calls the Handmaidens of Loth, which you actually fought one of these when Asha summoned them in one of the first few sessions. That was that yellowish goo slime thing. And Asha describes them as being able to take on the form of any creature. It's not technically true, but I mean, they do have disguising abilities, and they're not really upper tier demons, but they are still true demons. And Asha describes them as another form of test from Loth in the form of basically keeping an eye on the entire Drow population. So anyone could be one of these things. Anyone. So if you mess up, Loth knows about it. She speaks almost like them, like they're almost like boogeymen. And a lot of the other stuff is just propaganda, blah, blah, blah. Loth is great, yada, 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 yada.
Loth!
Yeah. She does spit some venom at some of the other elven deities that you're,
Illustrate.
Yeah, Illustrate. Well, Illustrate, but also ones like, Cuillin and some of the other major ones. She's basically, even amongst the own pantheon, she's pretty hated.
Yep.
And some of them are even her own children, which is great.
Also, yeah. Is she even in this freaking setting? Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so
Right.
she's great. Anyway, you hear as Liam and Taston you come in, you hear
Thank God. Liam,
Hi.
my favorite, my wonderfulest. Hang on, let me roll charisma. I rolled a 2. My most favorite half-life. I mean, wow, half orc. You are the bestest and most incrediblest.
Opposed charisma check. I rolled an 8.
I got a 2. So
This is going well. Should I?
And I see, I start buttering you up, and I like to think that I look at your face and you're just going. And I'm like,
I don't understand what you're trying to do.
Could you look at this mirror, please? I think we can figure out when the stupid cooldown is off.
do the Soul Omni CC and suddenly, oh,
God dang it.
17 Arcana check.
okay. So Mark points out some of the runes and
Spider Bay.
oh no. That's actually an official drow hymn.
It is.
Oh.
You don't want to know what they do while it's happening, though.
Yeah, it's just like it's glorious when you hear 100 voices.
See,
We still don't know what Bay means.
Spiders and
we were told that Bay means great and powerful, so
I'm picturing what was it, The Simpsons, when he had Spider Pig.
Oh yeah,
walking
Spider Pig on the wall. Yep.
So yeah, Liam, you look at this. Mark points out some of the runes, and like I don't think you can speak specifically Elven, but between the both of you, you were like, oh, okay, well this glyph means this glyph means this. So therefore, you know that this resets. This was created at this specific time, so it will reset probably given your location, roughly 4 hours from now. So you kind of know when this thing reset now.
Okay.
As long as you can keep the time.
Give or take
Perfect.
about 4 hours.
Awesome. Thank you, Liam, so much. You're still the bestest. My favoriteest half orc. I hate this guy so much. He's just so stuck up and full of it.
You hear a voice from the other room, from the drow. That's not what you were telling me in this room.
Shut up. No, I am kidding. I'm not actually. I'll take the piss. I'm gonna go back into the drow room really quick. I'm like, hey, 4 hours. Okay, we're gonna look at your thing, and then I lean in real quick and I say hello, and then I leave.
Just, you're not worthy.
No, Hell Bay.
Oh, the Bay. You serve the Great Bay. Yes, I understand.
Yes.
That's not ever becoming the thing.
No. I mean, we can make it a thing. You're the GM. You have the power. You can make this a reality.
There is no god of Bay. There's no Bay god.
I seem to remember reading somewhere that Bay in like Swedish or Finnish or something literally translates to poop.
Sure.
So you're walking around saying
called Bay Systems in Finland.
nobody likes them.
It's an aeronautics thing.
That's exactly who you want making that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on. Any Finnish people, please feel free to tell us how stupid we are here.
Oh, it's an acronym.
Yeah, it's not actually.
Okay. All right. So you have some homes. I'm assuming you look at them a little bit. They're not that far away. They are actually fairly spacious. They're not small studios. They're proper homes. A little small for the taller members of the party, but not unlivable. And they have enough room if you really want to fit everybody in. If you put multiple people to a home.
Danish. It's Danish.
Danish.
Yeah. That's where it translates.
Okay.
I just had to look it up because
so I turned to Taston and say, Taston, I like you. Like, I have a lot of respect for you, but I think your sword doesn't like me. So in the interest of not waking up and being slit throat, I think we should have different rooms.
Fine. I mean, as long as the sword can't get up and move by itself.
I mean, I don't
think
know,
it'll
and
be
this is the Underdark, and I'm just being a little cautious.
Says, if only I could, but unfortunately, no. I cannot sprout things.
Ooh, maybe we could get her enchanted like that.
Yes, because that's what we need.
No, think about it. Like, you could have a weapon, and then she could just be there and get her own round of attacks, right?
Yes. A sentient
Against me.
sun sword. Okay. Yes. And that's how this ends.
I'm just but yeah, I'll drag. Hey, Asha, come on, let's go. We're relocating. We're relocating her, right? Yes, no?
I mean, that we could choose one of the random homes at random and stash her there.
That's kind of what I was thinking, yeah.
And then either lock or collapse the place.
Or collapse. We've decided we're done with you.
Well, I mean, hey.
So yeah, I'll come on and I drag her out over my shoulder again.
Yep. And you park her in there, and I'm assuming you park the rest of the group in the various rooms as well.
I would like a room by myself, and as everyone leaves, and I'm like, I need it for serious meditation. And then when everyone else leaves, I turn around, I pull out my little Bahamut action figures.
Pew, 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 pew. Take that, Lolf. Pew, pew, pew. Oh, so dumb.
God, no.
Pursue sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah. Mupido says, I stashed the fish and the mushroom and, the closet so they don't get out.
I mean, does he want to be in the closet? Like he can...
He didn't seem to have a problem with it.
Okay. As long as he's comfy, whatever.
Just hold your nose. I got the feeling when you open the door, there's going to be a bunch of stuff coming out.
Is he eating the? You know what? No, I don't even care.
No. It's just a bunch of fish smelling spores.
I don't. That's terrible. He's growing. There's gonna be another one in there when we're done. He's gonna grow on the fish.
I hope not.
So,
right.
What do you want to do for 4 hours? Because I got nothing.
So let's talk about downtime.
Downtime in D&D next.
So, yes, in D&D next. So there are a wide variety of things you can potentially do. You don't have to spend your downtime. You can just be like, you know what? We'll bank it later. Do something else. There are a couple of specific things you can do with the downtime, which is enter Mox Boon and the Ghost of Blingenstone. And you can either spend downtime to do that, or you can be like, hey, Jim Jar, Eldeth, here's a bunch of downtime. You go do this. Basically sending companions off to do things while you're doing other things, right?
Yeah. We don't have that much money, though. That's the thing.
We don't have that much money. Well, I mean...
We still have several of those gems, though, don't we?
We do.
And they said supplies were pretty much taken, like our amenities are taken care of in the city.
Yeah. So, no maintenance for anything, for lifestyles, for food or anything like that. If you want any basic armaments, arms or weapons, you can get those. I mean, we're not talking like late mail or anything like that, but yeah. But any of the more basic stuff, they will let you have.
What I was actually thinking is, so we could send people out to Entmox Boon or the Ghosts of Blingenstone, both of which have expenses attached.
Yep.
So I have, where's my money? I have 100 gold. And yes, you can, Ogre. Not a lot, but you can generate a pittance of money while in downtime. Unless you want to do crime, in which case you can generate a decent amount of money.
Depending on how good you are at crime.
Yeah. It's just like in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of ways to just generate money in this place because they don't have a whole lot, and they deal in gems.
So does anyone else have any gold?
I think I have about 100.
I have 50. But that's one of those things, like, primarily as a monk, I'm not really... Or not a monk, sorry. Let me try that again. As a cleric... Yeah, I know.
Brother.
This entire time, no. As a cleric, I'm not really, like, trying to amass. I'm trying to serve the greater good.
All right. I think the obvious answer here is one of us needs to go into the pit, do some pit fighting.
Well, that's going to be Ron.
I mean, what's the DC?
Get him geared up.
So we have to check strength, athletics, dexterity, aerobics, and a constitution check in order to win at the pit fight.
Check,
the DC
check, and
for these
check.
checks is 5 plus 2d10. Okay, I get it. That makes sense. And the amount of successes we get determines how much money he wins. We'd also get a complication, which our DM is almost assuredly going to use on us.
What?
Yeah, it's a low chance, but
It's totally happening.
Yeah, when we hit that chance.
So does Ron have athletics, acrobatics, and constitution?
He doesn't have those as skills, but he has much higher than average strength, higher than average dex. And what's the third thing? Bonus roll equal to largest hit dice. And his hit dice is a D8, so it's higher than average. Okay. So he doesn't have like a bad chance of winning this.
Do it. Let's do it. Send him out.
Okay.
I mean, you guys agree, right? I don't want a table captain. I'm taking your character.
Would you like to go fight in the arena? I mean, kind of writes itself. Pretty sure he's down for that.
Yeah.
Okay. I was born for this, literally.
Yep.
Literally.
Okay.
That's why I came into this world.
This is why Gromps created me to do this.
It's totally true. Who?
Gromps.
But who?
You don't know of Gromps here.
No,
Let me tell you about my religion.
There goes all 4 hours.
There it goes.
He said, no, he honestly doesn't know much more than that. He's like, oh, well, I never thought about it past that before.
Of course. I mean, why would you?
Just what Chief said before I became a slave.
Well, you're not a slave anymore. That's the important part.
Yes, that much I've realized.
Now go fight in the arena for us and give us all your money.
Okay. All right. So it's 1 work week, which is 5 downtime days for anyone who wants to donate that to him.
Not me. Not it.
Wait, how much?
It's 5. Yeah, you just have to give him 5 downtime days from your pool. That's it.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, I guess we as a group have a pool, or is it per person?
It's per person.
I guess I'll donate a day. Here, have a day.
Yeah, I'll throw a day at that.
Right.
Actually, I'll throw 2 because we're not going to make it to 5.
Yeah.
I'll throw because the math checks out. Yeah, I'll throw 2 dates at that.
I'll also throw 2.
All right, there we go. So, do you want to watch this fight, or do you want to just let him go off and see what happens?
Oh no, I'm totally going to be watching. Like in character, totally want to see Ron fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that checks out.
Okay. So he he stomps around and be like, "Hey, you want to fight?" No, he knows better than that. I mean, he
so
finds...
he's joining the crime article, not the.
Yeah, give him what you want, or I'll steal all your money.
Ah.
So, I mean, he finds, and this is more, it's not like, like a proper, gladiatorial pit or anything like that. It's more, wrestling and that sort of stuff, And, it's kind of hard to find someone who will challenge an orc among the deep gnomes. But he does eventually manage to catch the eye of a soldier who, buff deep gnome, such as it is, and he gets involved in a little bit of wrestling matches with them, and wagers start happening.
Ooh.
So, Teston, would you like to make rocks rolls?
Sure.
All right. So he needs 3 d20s, basically.
Okay. That'll be 7. It's going to be 12. And 18.
Okay. All right. So he's doing that for for a week, basically. And Guido, you're looking at carousing and Entomok Spoon. Okay. So Ront will eventually earn you 50 gold. It turns out that deep gnomes are unfortunately a little more acrobatic.
That is 1 success out of a possible of 4. It's another 0, 1, 2, or 3.
Yep, and Ron unfortunately does not have the constitution of this one, but he bests them easily in strength, which is not unexpected.
Can I?
He's like, put me back in, coach. I can do better.
I was saying, can I do like a Rocky montage with him?
Yeah.
That's how I'm donating my days. Going up and down the steps.
I'm the other guy in the corner is like rubbing his shoulders, got the towel and stuff, and giving him the water.
Yeah, bum, rot.
I'll hold the punching bag.
He's squirrely. He just keeps running between my legs. I keep trying to step on him, but he just runs away. Right, do you want to give him another 5 to see if he can do better?
Before we
earn some more,
do that, what happens with the mirror?
Oh, right, the mirror.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, are you giving it to Asha so she can look at it?
Yeah, we already actually committed to that, if you remember. Okay. It's just, it was off cooldown.
I just wanted to confirm that actually was happening. Okay. So she's been getting impatient. She's been counting down the time, not like she has much else to do. And
I engage her in no, I play Pazak with her.
This is a stupid game. Yeah.
I agree. Continue playing.
I'm growing more insane by the moment. And finally, the mirror is ready. At least I think it is. And she asks for you to hold it up to her.
Oh, yeah.
But she asked for you to untie her first. I'm assuming you don't do that.
No, I just definitely decide, yeah, sure, here you go, lady, and here's my knife. And let me just turn around for like a few hours. Yeah, no. Here's the mirror.
Okay.
And someone's looking over her shoulder. Who has a high will save? Who's going to look over her shoulder on this?
Me.
Okay. Because it's not me. So.
All right.
I roll to hold up the mirror.
All right, make a check. Right. It's a tough one.
2.
All right. So you drop the mirror, shatters into 1,000,000 pieces.
What happens to her mind?
The same thing.
I was going to say, does it also shatter into 1,000,000 pieces?
No!
I see the snap.
All right. So Liam's looking over her shoulder. Taston, you doing so?
Yep.
Okay.
Will save as well. Okay.
Let's do this.
I mean, there's no will save involved last time, so I don't know what everybody's doing. The will saves.
I mean, we don't know what she's going to see.
This is true.
Like, there could be all sorts of things to it. There are things that require will save just to look at them.
Yeah. So you see the mirror swirl just kind of like it did last time, and a seeing flashes upon it of a place that all of you looking over her shoulder have seen before, but through a portal. It is the desolate, demonic landscape that you saw through the green portal when you first were escaping from Velkenveld many weeks ago. It's a little calmer now. It doesn't seem like there is a pitched battle going on, but there are demonic beings of all sorts doing various things. Like there is some red-furred gorilla-looking demons that are currently putting together what looks like some very haphazard siege equipment. Over on the other side, you see this swarm of what look like gigantic mosquito-like creatures with like blue chitin on them just buzzing around. There has to be like 100 just buzzing through the skies. And what dominates all this is this large greenish portal, very, very similar to what you saw back in Velkenveld, except much, much, much larger. And swirling around it, there is a large amount of phasers, like obvious phasers. There is so much it is visible. And there, going through the portal, there is a horde of what look like sentient things of goo, just kind of, and there are hundreds just swarming all over each other. And Asha is there. She looks like she is in a daze. She is very, very much like you left her last time when she was pushed through the portal. She looks like she's beaten up, she's clawed, she's got like marks all over her, and she's just staring off into the distance like she's
I
seeing
didn't
something
touch her.
up there.
Sure.
And there is someone who is touching her shoulder and is leading her along towards the portal, almost like she can't like walk herself, almost. And this seems to be the figure that she remembered briefly when she was telling you about her brief memories yesterday. And Taston, this does indeed look a whole lot like your brother, except in this really odd demonic black armor. And he is stern, but obviously very nervous as he is wading through the mass of these demons, leading her to a portal. And you see he has his holy symbol in his hand, and he is currently like whispering something to it, and you see demonic runes appearing on it, the same ones that you saw on the holy symbol that you took off of Asha. And as they get closer to the portal, he seems to finish what he's doing, and he sticks it in her hand and like forcefully closes it around her. And she still seems to be just in a daze, like she's not even like paying attention to what's going on around her. But what's odd is that like these demons are almost forming this, like he's almost parting the Red Sea, as like they don't even like they consider him an obstacle. And as he gets closer to the portal, he looks at her for a second, and then he pushes her through the portal. And as soon as his hand leaves her, you can see that the demons all just like snap over and look at her. But it seems to be too late. She's gone through. And then he turns around, looks back at the portal almost longingly, and then heads back through the demons as they just part around him. And that's when it ends after a few minutes.
Okay.
She says, "This makes no sense." Well, I guess that is kind of in line with Loth, but
What'd you see? What'd you see?
I need to know more. This is just a brief glimpse into what
More?
happened.
What else
I need
do
to
you
know
wanna
more.
see?
What happened before this? This has nothing to do with Loth, not that I can tell.
Destin?
Okay.
Well, he looks like a bad guy.
That's my brother.
What?
So I take out the I have it written down here. Take out the desecrated holy symbol that has the demonic runes. Now, I'm going to ask this out of character because I'm not sure how this pertains to it, but are demonic runes part of the abyssal language that I could then read potentially and understand what they mean? Since I do have abyssal as my secondary language.
Abyssal is a demon. Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to take some time to actually look at the desecrated holy symbol that she came through with and try and see what it says.
Okay. It is writing. It says, "There's a hole in the guest house in need of plugging this year. Grandmother's is going home soon, but she'll have a chat with Papa about it. It's letting the spiders through."
Does that resonate with me at all, or does that just sound like gibberish?
It sounds exactly what it sounds like.
Because it sounds like it's like a message in code, like, "Hey, this is what's happening," and I'm gonna.
It does sound a lot like that. Yes.
Okay. Can you do me a huge favor? Because I will not remember all that. Can you post that in Discord or in the chat, and I'm going to put that in my notes so I can look at it a few more times.
Yep, I will post it in Discord.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry, real quick. I'm reminded of in Acquisitions Incorporated back in the day, it was 2 writers and 2 artists who were playing. And so, like, the artists would be like the GM would say something like that, and the artist would be like, And what was the third part again? And the writers
Oh,
are
yeah.
like, no, I got it. Recite it immediately.
You're talking about the volleyball.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, this is obviously some sort of code or something.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to spend some quality time deciphering that, or bring that to the order and see if they have anything that they know. Okay. Okay, that now that I read that again, that could have some serious connotations. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with the group.
All right. Asha says, your religion has a very weird mantra.
Praise be to Lolth.
At least it has spiders in it.
Lots.
Yeah.
That's the one good thing.
Everywhere. Would you like some spider muffins? I could get you some.
Why would you bake spiders into muffins? Sacrilege.
Have you never had... Okay, we need to get you some spider muffins. I'm not
No.
going to leave. No, I'm going to leave.
No.
And I'm going to get her, like, completely normal chocolate brownie, right? I've come back. Here, they had one in stock. Here you go. Just try it. Just try a bite. You have not tasted Lolth's joy.
Hold on.
Enjoy. Here, try it.
So she gives you a look like, like obviously she doesn't believe you, and then just takes a bite.
Does she like it?
The muffins? Not really.
Really?
She doesn't. You can tell she doesn't like it a whole lot. She's like,
I'm sorry.
she does a thing where she kind of puts it on her tongue and just lets it drop out the side of her mouth.
I eat the muffin.
Disgusting, deep-known rebel. We have
Well,
proper slaves back in Menzo Baranzan, which would cook a wondrous feast. Follow our way back there.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. What do we do with her? I mean, I didn't see...
I must see more of the mirror.
Yeah, she wants to see more of the mirror.
We've got time to wait until that happens again. But...
So we got 24 hours. I've got an idea. Why don't we have Ront go fight in the pit? Because that technically hasn't happened yet.
Right. That's right.
Yes. Here, all like 500 or so downtime days. There you go. Fighting pit 100 times.
A year passes. Ront is... It's like that whole montage. You remember what Thrall went through when he spent the time? And it's just this whole story arc comes out. Or no, it wasn't Thrall. Sorry, it was Varian. My bad. As Varian goes through that whole thing. Comes out this grizzled warrior. Oh, I've seen things in the pit you wouldn't believe.
And then he's killed by demons.
There is one thing I'd like to do with my downtime. If you just want to knock that out really quick.
Okay.
I want to learn to speak Abyssal.
Okay.
Downtime activity training. And Taston, since you...
you do have a teacher.
I was going to say immediately, like, all right, let's do this.
That's training. So it will take 10 work weeks, at least 10 work weeks, which is 50 days. But what's your intelligence modifier?
0.
So it's 50 days.
Yeah, I thought about it. Could you buff my int every day? Get a mage around here, wizards.
Yeah, so that is training, and just for reference for everybody, that will allow you to learn a language or a tool.
Yeah, I want to speak Abyssal. Obviously, that's a little more of a long-term thing, but as an aside, are you going to roll a complication for that?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to laugh if it's 1 because that's hysterical in context.
Oh, well, I mean, there's only a 10% chance of a complication happening.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Which,
so for those of you at home, if he rolled a 1, if he successfully get a complication and then rolled a 1, my instructor disappears.
Taston just disappears.
Why would you do that? Like mid-sentence, I just boom.
No, nothing happens to your test, which might mean there was no complication.
As a quick aside, option 3 is my teacher is a spy, sent to learn of my plans. Option 4 is my teacher is a wanted criminal. Option
Yes. No,
5,
that's it. No, that's it.
Wait.
We are wanted criminals.
That's
That totally
true.
checks
That's
out.
Yeah,
true.
that's
Actually,
true.
that
That's
always
true.
line up. But option 5 is probably the most amusing one. Your teacher is a cruel taskmaster.
I mean, it just came out when you were doing your first instructions.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, learn this road. What does this road mean? I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
the goth, not the goose.
I
All
can be
right.
scarred.
There's more hatred in that. There needs to be more hatred in that.
Liam, let's talk about carousing.
Yes.
I
Oh,
want to try and not psych, hype up Ron's fighting in the pit.
Ooh, yeah. That's
Okay.
nice.
I don't think there is any high class in this area.
I mean, there's the leadership. Elders.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And actually, we should explain this. Because you are the noble background, you automatically have access to do upper class folk
Ooh.
carousing.
Ooh.
Just
Go for
because
it.
you have that
Nobility.
background.
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you're not wrong, but there's not a lot of that going around Blingenstone. But there is still some of the old guard who did return from the Mithril Halls a long time ago who still exist here. And it's not like nobility like you're used to. It's more like people who own businesses that are actually like not wealthy, but they have a lot of say. It would be like Dorbo and Seni. So they're not nobility, quote unquote, but I mean, they tell people what to do.
I don't think I can afford the carousing with nobility, though. It's like 250 gold, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't afford that.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's valuable for sure, but yeah, I mean, it's costly because that's favors, that's all sorts of stuff, but you do have a chance of making a lot of allied contacts with that.
Considering I've only got a little over 100 gold, I'll just do the middle class. I mean, I would say there's probably a chance of some of those higher class people being involved, but I mean, just because of how the community is, built. But yeah, I'm not going for nobility.
Okay. All right. So, yep. So go ahead and make me a charisma persuasion check, and we'll see what you do. Because so a lot of the carousing stuff you were doing is among like the higher tier guild members and the enclave, because that's a lot of the spellcasters.
That's a 23.
Wow. Okay. The best result. So
I'll do.
I rolled a 19.
You made 3 allied contacts with this.
We've got Bragwin, Ogre, and Platty.
Now, I can assign them, or you can choose.
I just told you we get Bragwin.
That's Guido's choice, though.
No, go ahead and you can assign them.
Okay. In that case, the 3 contacts that you have made are. Let me find them here. One of them is an enclave member from the Stoneheart Enclave. And their leader is a person called Yantha, a young mage who does magical research. And she is also one of the only ones who, from time to time, goes to Mantle Dareth, which is, you learn, is a trade outpost. And also has potentially some contacts there. But she also helps keep up the spell gem and placements, defensive measures, some of the stuff that you saw coming in here.
Okay.
Hold on. What is your charisma modifier?
+4.
Okay. Just need to look at that to see how many, Max contacts get up. Okay. The second person. I don't know if I want to click on squatters. That doesn't seem right. Is someone that you have met before when you first came in here, who was running a mine and seemed to lead like the local militia there. Is an individual by the name of Paragrog. And he is primarily the person who runs the mine called the White Shell Mine. And they mainly, they do like salt, and they also, a little bit of salt, but they also do mainly like gems and whatnot. And he also has some say in the local militia. Although not as much as Dorbo, by far. The last person is a member of the merchants around the area. And this is a very powerful business because this is the place where everybody gets their food. He runs this place called the Cultivation Cave. And it is a place where they have all sorts of mushrooms, things you've been eating in the Underdark, except they actually farm it here. Where is his name? She actually, Arenia Gem Tapper.
Can you spell that?
Yep. Arenia, and then it's just Gem and Tapper, like the words put together. All right, and all three of them are allied contacts of yours. So, like you make yourself pretty well known, and before too long, like people know your name. And obviously, you're half orc walking around here. It's hard not to stick out. But you're in good graces with them, and by extension, a lot of the other people around here. And like you maybe not have not noticed it beforehand, but a lot of the gnomes were being just like almost naturally standoffish. Even despite being, some heroes of the battle and bringing in rock elementals, but they seem to be warming up quite a bit now that you've been, carousing around and doing some good, right? Cool. Okay, very good.
And hello, Destroyer.
All right. Sorry, just had to roll to see if there's any complications. But no complications come up.
Okay.
Okay. And you also asking about Intimox Boon, or did Taston, was there anything? I know you're helping cure the were-rats as well.
Right. So is the Ghost of Blingenstone separate from the job I was given by the priests to go through the catacombs to clean those out?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Because my plan is to do that, to hopefully finish, to presumably get the money to be able to do the Ghost of Blingenstone and have the, cover the 100 GP expenses. So
Okay.
kind of an A to B to C sort of thing.
All right. So you're interested in Ghost. Liam, you're interested in Intimox Boon.
If Taston needs assistance with his original quest, I'd help him with that first.
And
I'm
Mark?
learning demonic while we're doing his quest.
Sure, because why not? That makes sense.
You
Yeah.
you see that? That's a tekloche.
No, it's more emphasis on the K.
Oh,
There you go. There you go.
The
Yeah.
actual droplets of spittle mean something in the vessel.
Oh, that makes sense.
You have to count them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I guess, do you want to all head down to the catacombs to help Taston, or something else?
Yeah.
'Cause I know you're eager to get down there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you all get to meet, the ghost who is still hanging around the Enclave. And actually, Liam, you probably would have met him when you were carousing around. There's just a straight-up ghost that seems to be a presence in the Enclave. And he's as dour as ghosts normally are, but we go back down to the catacombs after he guides you there.
While we're going down, I want to ask him, so, Jagar, do you know of a way to possibly return someone from stone to flesh?
Ooh, would he?
I mean, being a ghost and all, clearly you have that knowledge.
I mean,
he actually says, back when I was a borough warden, this is something that would come up.
there you go.
I do not know if it will work for your specific scenario, but when we encountered basilisks in the Underdark and fought them, there was a remedy if one of our number happened to be turned to stone, which was to slice open the basilisks, drain its stomach fluid, and make a mixture out of it. One of our number knew how to do this. I did not. And then dousing the affected in this mixture would return them back to flesh. Perhaps that may help you. I do not know if it will work on your Medusa, though.
Basilisk bile potion. Copy that.
Yeah, bleh, as they say.
May work. What we need to do is we need to find another Medusa. Then we can take the drow with us, use them as a test subject, let them be turned to stone, kill the Medusa because we don't need that anymore, and try the basilisk bile after finding and killing a basilisk because, that'll be easy enough.
Of course.
Do
Right
we
then.
actually know of any basilisks? Like, can we ask around town?
I mean, yeah, I mean, people know. People know where there are supposed to be basilisks. It's like, yeah, I mean, you go in this direction, you will probably run into some.
Okay, cool.
But a lot of the patrols will know of them, but they generally avoid them. They see.
Going on safari.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
And they were never seen again.
Sad music plays.
All right. So in the catacombs, they're mostly regularly grid, so it's easy to find your way back to where you were before, Taston.
Okay.
And once again, you do start to see the presence of the ghost again. And both Mark and Liam, this is the first time you've kind of been down here, but the ghosts that go in and out of the walls are very similar to what you were seeing, I say up above the surface, above the catacombs, when you saw that abandoned area where the ghosts were swirling around right before you fought the Medusa that you decided you didn't really want to mess with. And as you get further and further in here, the catacombs start to break down in disrepair. And you start hearing some of the ghosts speaking, and they seem to be just replaying moments in their life right before their death. Most of them are yelling or running, or there's grunts, but it's very obvious that most of these died in the drow attack long ago. Most of them sound like they were probably civilians just trying to get away. A couple of them are obviously fighting back, but you kind of know how that ended up. The ghosts going from the walls start to get a little more pushy as you continue through here. Like they'll go out, one side of the wall, and they'll actually run through somebody. You feel a little bit of a physical force as it goes into the other side. You can tell, especially you, Taston, being clerically attuned, that you're getting to the part where, these spirits are getting a little restless. You're getting into the little more dangerous part of this.
Okay. Would it be beneficial at this point, when we're kind of at the edge, to set up a last rites ritual to see if I can start helping these particular spirits here to pass on, and maybe draw more spirits towards that location to continue to help them to pass on?
Maybe.
Okay. I don't actually have a spell that says, pass on spirits, so I'm assuming this is just a clerical rite of passage that I would be generally familiar with, being a cleric of the grave.
Yeah, especially being a cleric of the grave. I mean, general ways to move them on. Unfortunately, the most direct route is, destroying their form on this plane. But, I mean, you can.
I'd like to ask nice first before like going, okay, party's over, everybody out of the pool.
Yeah, no, got it. Okay, go ahead and make me an intelligence religion, and I will give you advantage since you are a grave cleric.
Okay. And first roll is 12. Sorry, that was 15 total. The next one is 18.
18. Okay. All right. So you start, drawing out some ritualistic symbols, and you light a little bit of incense. You'll start going through the things you're used to start to pass these spirits on, and kind of like you might have predicted, it starts to agitate some of them a little bit because it's disrupting the spiritual energy around here. Like they know something's happening. So as you're seeing here, setting up this ritual, Liam and Mark, you do see that some of the spirits which have been going in and out of the walls are slowing down. They're actually like turning their heads and looking at what's going on, almost like being broken out of their loop. And they look agitated. And you're a little worried that this might result in some violence here if this goes on.
I hate to ask you to clarify, but do my glaives count as magic weapons? I know you already answered this.
No.
Okay. So I need to have magic glaives, is what you're telling me.
Yes.
To have magic. Okay, cool.
I think your fists are magic, though.
Yep. I immediately dropped the glaives. Cool.
Nick, them enchanted. I think you picked up the easy enchant ones, right?
I did, yeah.
Yep. And so
let's do it. Let's punch some ghosts into submission. Ready.
And so rather than, and Gwyddy, you're going to love this, rather than putting down a circle of salt like one would expect, I'm going to go ahead and slowly but surely put it down basically a line, a circle of sacred flame.
Oh, it's a Guido special.
It works on multiple levels. It
does.
Flaming, which is great. It's also a supernatural reference.
All right. So, let's go and roll initiative.
You knew this was coming.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, natural 20.
Oh, nice.
17.
Okay. So, Tassin, what I'm going to do here is we're going to act as if you are currently concentrating on a ritual.
Okay.
And it acts just like concentrating on anything else. Liam, what was your total?
23.
23. Okay.
And
Fantastic.
I'm right back.
Sorry, Tassin, what was your total before you go?
My total was 17.
Total 17. Mark?
22.
Wow. Everybody's real speedy. That's good. That's actually very good in this
I'm a
instance.
monk.
No,
I have high decks. Hopefully more decks in the future.
all right. And I'll wait till he gets back to describe what's setting this off.
Okay. And then I punch a ghost.
Maybe.
Probably. Maybe. How many times can I punch right now? 4, I think.
Punch a lot.
Yeah, 4. Because I get the 2 punches, and then I could blow a key, and then I get my bonus action. 2, 3, 4. Wait. No, that's wrong. I attack 5 times around right now?
The punch. No.
So the key
4.
gives me 2 strikes.
Mm-hmm.
So if I blow a key, I get 2. My bonus action is a strike. So completely regardless of my basic attack, I have 3 strikes. But I'm not sure what my basic attack is at level 6, which is why I'm...
It's 2 strikes.
So yeah, it is 5. I can hit for 5 times if I blow a key and a bonus action.
Wait, so action, strike. And if you blow a key as your bonus action, you can strike twice.
Oh, okay. So the bonus action of the key do not...
Yeah, it basically boosts your bonus action from 1 to 2 when you do that.
Okay, that makes more sense. So yeah, it is 4 then. That's not. But...
So, dumb question.
Mm-hmm.
Are the ghosts actually touching the ground?
No. Not like corporeal people would.
Had to ask.
I mean, I say that. They are technically, quote unquote, touching the ground, but they're not using it to move or anything like that.
I quickly dedicate this battle to Bahamut. We're cool, Bahamut. Tight, yo.
We're not cool. No.
Damn it. I knew it. Why do you hate me so?
Looks like he hates you.
Because he's been a dick to me basically the entire campaign.
He literally did nothing to you.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Bahamut. Nope. So,
Nope.
Bahamut, I'm doing this for you. Nope. Can we talk? Nope.
Yeah. Weird, isn't it?
Listen, just because I'm doing his work when he's sitting on his lazy ass, I just need to, I'm becoming the new god of dragons. Sorry, guys. Whatever.
Might as well not even roll initiative for these guys.
Are they that bad?
I bombed it. Which is good for you.
I mean, yeah, I'm totally down. Screw those ghosts. I mean, does anybody like ghosts, honestly? There's other
I mean, as anybody likes Ghost.
better... There's better forms of undead, I'm just saying.
You don't know what forms of undead these are.
They're ghosts.
There's like a lot of types of ghosts.
Listen, they go woo, and that's all I need to know.
One is going to go woo.
Dang it. And I'm going to have to do a will save, and I'm going to suck at it, so I'm going to fail. Thanks. You know what I should have done? I should have been a paladin demon hunter. Paladin of Bahamut, who was a demon hunter.
I mean, it actually fit the vengeance oath pretty greatly.
God, yeah, I guess it would. Oop.
One of the ghosts is going to come out with another one, point at us and say, see, this is what you could have been.
We're all ghosts of vengeance paladins.
I knew it. No, what we're going to get is we're going to get the mother ghost, and she's going to be like, and there's going to be the son ghost. She's like, you should, this is what you could have accomplished if you had actually gone back to school. So disappointed in you.
Only you got the demon school.
It's so hard. Okay, he's back.
Okay. So, two of the ghosts who've been moving through the walls break off, and they just, these are deep gnomes, and their form morphs a bit. Like they seem to go from what they were before death to what they were after death. Like actually like cut open and dead, and
Ew.
they
That's in character.
another one rises up from the floor near the party as well, and this one's a deep gnome as well, and he seems like he got the rough end of something. One of them, although looks a bit different than the other ones, and yeah, I did actually roll all these initiatives and they did come out like this. One of them seems like perfectly fine. Like he was just sleeping, and then, yeah, he's in his night clothes. He has no signs of like sword stabs or bolts or anything that had happened to him. But he seems absolutely terrified as well. And he is coming up through the middle. And he screams out, "They're coming! Everyone must hide! Everyone must hide!" And you roll initiative because they are obviously coming to attack. Before anything can happen, Liam springs into action. So obviously ready for this. So you've got 4 ghosts here. 3 of them look very nasty, and then one of them just seems to be scared.
How are they approaching? Are they grouped together or lined up at all?
Just because of the catacombs, 2 of them are like next to each other. So you've basically got one that's coming up near the middle of the group, 1 on one side and 2 on the other side.
How close together?
Oh, within 5 feet of each other.
All 4 of them?
All 4 of them? They're all within 20 feet or so of you. The ones that are grouped up together, they're right next to each other. There's 2 of them.
Okay. Can we back up about 6 seconds?
Okay.
For me to, I'm not sure if Taston would actually be able to answer the question, but if this goes south, are we killing them?
That's the plan. I'm planning on to try and gently send them on to Kalimvor, but if they don't take the hint, we will push them to Kalimvor.
Aye. All right.
That was a flashback we had before this all started. Yeah.
So you think back and remember that.
It's those terrible, like in Persona 5, where they'll give you a flashback of something that happened 30 seconds ago. You remember just 6 seconds ago?
No. Okay, yeah.
Yukio, remember the time when we said that 5 seconds ago? I do remember that time.
Oh, God. God dang it. Anyway.
So in that case, I'm going to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay. Go ahead and make some attack rolls. Pew, 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 pew.
Now, technically, this is just, I can only attack 3 targets.
Yes, unless I think you upcast it, right?
Okay. In that case, slight change of plan. I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt.
Oh, okay.
Because if they're within 5 feet of each other, within that, I can hit all of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't tase me, bro.
And that's not exactly a 2 hit, is it?
No, that is a save that I have to make.
Yeah. So, Dex 15.
Okay. Let's see how this goes. My first one is a failure. My second one does pass with the 16. This lightning bolt shoots out, it just hits one of them in the face, and the other one seems to adjust his form to at least only get about half of it.
Okay.
The one thing you'll notice is that when they do that, they're moving very like, I guess Mark would probably notice this the most because you've seen this before. They're moving like they're trained dexterity fighters. Like you kind of recognize some of
rogues,
the
guys. Bunch of rogues.
Well, not exactly. Not
Acrobats.
exactly. You've seen this most.
I think that's the Amazing Grayson right there.
No, there was another person you know of who moved in a very similar fashion to this, and you haven't seen him for quite a long time. It was that ranger, so they may have ranger training, or at least they did.
Yeah, before the whole death thing happened.
Yeah.
All right. So for those that failed the save, 33 points of damage.
Oh. All right. One of them just disintegrates.
Well,
It
that
just
was the thing.
goes away. So it's no longer in this form. The other one, wow, despite dodging half of that, you can see like you blow shards of it away, and it's just like got half an actual visible body now, but it's still coming at you.
I only hit 2. I thought you said there were 4 in the line.
There was one in the middle.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want to hit like party people, I don't know if you get that one. But you get 3, I guess.
And it's a 100-foot line, so
Right.
I thought there were more that were approaching. So
No, there are 4. Sorry, I probably should have used the map for this. So. So you kind of got like, so you hit 2 of them right there, and you get the third one by just stepping back over here, and then the other one was just like here. So sorry, I thought you were doing this right here.
and you said they were all within like 5 feet.
Oh, sorry, no, I meant these 2 were within 5 feet. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry for misunderstanding.
Okay. So however many I hit in that 100-foot line then. So
Okay. Yeah. So there's the second one is really the only one remaining.
okay. Well, that was my turn.
Okay.
It's punching time.
Oh yeah.
So there's just the one left?
I'm gonna heal you.
Well, this one is heavily damaged, and then there's this guy who was the only one who was
Got it.
didn't look like he was battle scarred. He's just screaming.
That's a 17 to hit for my first string.
All right. The 20 going after?
The guy who right here.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Good.
Yeah, there. There. Okay. There's my D6. 8 damage.
Okay.
Swing number
You
2.
punched a ghost.
This is it's not a crit. It's a 19. That'll happen later. Soon I will crit on 19s. It's 4 damage.
Okay. Take in. So you're punching him, and he's reacting like you're just hitting him straight in the heart every time you hit him.
Bam! Bam! You're going to Calibor, and you're gonna like it. He's still not dead though. So
Tell him Bahamut sent you.
yeah, exactly. They'll give you a group discount. Okay, so it's a 19 to hit.
Yes.
Okay.
A
So
group
that's a
discount.
7.
Okay.
Is he freaking dead yet?
I mean, he is.
Well, there you have
So here comes swing number 4.
Ba-dum-bum.
That's a 19 again.
Yes.
God dang, I'm going full tilt here. Of course, my damage rolls are crap. I only got 5.
Okay. No, that is enough. So you
Finally,
punch him, you go, boom, 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 and he's just sitting there clutching his heart, and finally he just like falls over, and then just like lays on the ground and then fades away.
Okay, so I still have my move action, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm just like, you're next.
I was gonna say Fist of the North Star time.
Yep. You are already dead.
No kidding.
That's me. That's all I got.
Okay.
A little key for that. Key.
All right, Teston.
Concentration roll.
That's not my key.
Oh, but you don't have to unless you're taking damage or something.
Oh,
There's
okay.
my key. Need more key. Jeez Louise.
So I mean, you can still do stuff. You're just concentrating right now.
Okay. So since I'm concentrating and he's the only other target, I'll walk up and in the most humane way I can think of, I'll pass Dawnbringer through.
I humanely slice it to death with my
It's like,
glowing
okay, I mean,
sword
just
of destruction.
Headshot, I guess.
Hold still
already
into the
just,
eye.
Well, okay, yeah, just slowly.
Just grab this lady, please.
Hold still. Hold still.
Yeah, right there. Okay.
Meanwhile, Dawnbringer is like, unclean! Go! Go from this world to your eternal rest.
It's great, yeah. It's doing all the epic taunting.
Yeah.
Hold this for me, would you?
Yeah, exactly. Right, that's 15.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a hit.
And then
They're all like, I can't believe you rolled 2s and 1s.
I know they're ghosts. I know they're dead. Are they considered undead?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. You do extra
Well,
damage.
because it says bonus damage to undead. I'm like, well, that's zombies. Let's be honest. But
No,
okay.
they're undead for sure.
Okay. So that's 9 and 15.
Jeez. Okay.
Okay.
The lightning bolt combo and the sun sword that disperses this one from this world. And you're like, wow, this would be a lot worse if I just did this alone.
Yeah, maybe I've overthought this.
No, you can still hear like some howling coming from around there, but you finish the ritual. Having defeated the ghost that charged you during this.
Mhm.
And once you finish it, you do feel more of a sense of peace come over you. The howling stops, at least for now. And it seems like, at least for now, this place is settled. This area is settled. You do see a few ghosts that start moving through the walls again, but they don't seem to be like agitated or replaying like their deaths or anything. They seem to actually be dressed in a very similar way to those ones that you lightning bolted and punched. Or not punched, no, the ones you lightning bolted and sun sorted.
Okay.
Kind of like in a scoutish garb. And they seem to be obviously aware of you. Like they're looking at the group as they pass through, but they don't seem to be like angry like the other ones who had noticed you.
Are they saying anything? Like you say they're noticing us, like?
No, I mean they're noticing more like a guard or someone who's on official business would notice someone, but not stop to do anything with them.
I'm going to see if I can get one of their attentions.
Okay. Like, hi guys.
Yeah. Hey, we're new to the area. Just wanted to stop by and say hi.
Beautiful catacombs you have here.
Yeah, this is great. We're starting up a new place here. This is very nice.
I'm thinking of dying myself here someday.
Yeah. One was like, oh, you've mastered the local accent. No. One of them, a very maybe young-looking deep gnome. It's kind of hard to tell because he's like translucent and smoky almost. You hail him. You can see he looks over and he kind of looks the group up and down like, a warrior would study, an opponent, or not an opponent, but someone he wasn't sure of, and then he floats over and says, "It's unusual that Jadgar would send the living to the catacombs. But what may I do for you? The Burrow Wardens, or at least what remains of them, are at your assistance."
We were hoping to find the source of the disturbance because we'd like to help everyone pass on, and so they're not stuck in the nightmare that caused the tragedy that happened.
That's bad,
in
yo.
Blingstone.
It's yo. We yo.
Yes, you have the lingo down perfectly.
You've broken the code. No, he says, well, I assume the relative peace right now was your doing. I fear that the unrest is far beyond the catacombs. It stretches far out into the city, the echoes of the genocide of the Drow from many years ago. Whatever you did here seems to have helped. If you only repeat what you have done here outside, hopefully that will help the restless spirits move on. I've chosen to remain here.
But listen, this guy just said he was going to force you to move on, whether you wanted to or not. Something about Kellenvor. I don't know what he was talking about.
Completely selling me out.
So I just, I'm
I mean, I didn't agree with him, but
he says, "Tell me, it's been a long time since I have spoken with someone who is living. What is happening outside of the catacombs?"
well, the Pudding King made a run at an invasion.
I'm sorry, back up a second. What?
The Pudding King, Demon Slime. Nope. Okay. How about a obelisk that has red mist? That sound familiar?
That does. A drow trap?
Yeah, it's gone now. The
Very good.
elementals have returned to help defend Blingstone from, as luck would have it, the Demon Slime.
I did not know they left.
Yeah, they were getting controlled by the drow trap, as he put it.
He says, "Forgive me. The last time I knew of anything above the surface, I was on the other end of a draw sword."
Understandable.
Yes, unfortunately. Tell me, does Jadgar still live?
I'm sorry, does you say
Jadgar?
Jagar?
Yes.
No, he is passed on, but he still is the caretaker of the Enclave.
Well, I'm glad that he did find one useful thing to do. He does not seem like he likes this guy. You
Not a
can
big
tell
fan
just
of.
from his
Okay.
face. Yeah, he says yes. He's not training anyone, is he?
Well, other disciples in the it's not really a temple, is it? In the
Oh, he's taking up temple work. I see. Maybe I should explain. The reason I died is because he's a terrible teacher.
okay, he used to be a burrow warden.
He was a burrow warden, yes. He named many young individuals in Blingenstone as burrow wardens and sent them into battle against the Drow before they were ready.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I was one of those.
see. Well, I can't speak for him, but I'm assuming he's very sorry for that occurrence. And
It seems that something has kept him here, so I suppose he is.
he is actually the one who sent us down here to see if we could help.
Sending
others move on.
other people to do stuff again. I see.
It sounds worse when you say it like that, but yeah.
You know, no, I'm. I mean, I don't doubt that he's sorrowful, but well, it is what it is. Let him know that there are many others like me down here, and this is where we shall remain. As borough wardens, we did take the oath, and this is what it's led us to.
That said,
But sorry, I don't mean to be dour. It's a ghost thing. I do thank you for cleaning this place up. It did sorely need it. It's already nice not to hear the constant screaming of friends dying over the years.
So it would be horrible to have to go through again and again. I apologize. Wish we could have done something sooner.
Well, it drives many down here insane, even those amongst the borough warden's ranks, as I'm guessing you found out.
Well, do you happen to have a sense of where in the city would be a good place to try this right again?
He says just look for the agitation, much as the same as you have seen here.
Mm-hmm.
I am sure, I'm no expert, but I am sure that is where it is needed.
We'll take that under advisement. I don't know, I get this feeling like, is there anything I can get you, which makes no damn sense because you're dead, you're not really able to utilize tangible things, and I'm just somebody who would help you pass on, but you're not passing on, so really you have no need of my services anymore.
Yeah, there's a special thing that keeps us here. It's not any deficiency of yours.
Very well. Well, I wish you good journey, and I hope to have a similar success up above.
Well, thank you.
I kind of gesture like.
No.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me roll dice. Hold on. Oh, complication. A rival comes out of the no. God, I know it. Like, and then Tassin just disappears. No,
perfect. It was so close.
No, Liam, you notice that there is another head sticking out of a ghost, a deep gnome ghost, sticking out of the wall and just kind of just staring at you. Almost like he's looking around their belongings. You can see him look down at the floor and then start looking over other party members. Then he kind of pokes a hand out of the stone wall, and then he Psst. So it seems to be addressing you. Yeah, Mage.
I'll lean on my staff and turn.
Yeah, his eyes open wide. He shuffles back in, like he kind of wasn't expecting anything to happen. But you see he's got one of his hands, out where he was, trying to give you a psst. And then he pokes what seems to be his other arm out, but it's missing a hand. Like it's just gone, and there's ghostly wisps. And he says, "Have you seen this anywhere? You got anything that can find hands?"
I'll turn back to Taston. Apparently, we've made a bit of a friend. He's wondering if we can help track down a bit of a missing limb.
I heard that mages have like locate spells or something.
Can't we just make him move on?
Okay, yeah. Technically, yes.
No, you don't understand. I'm missing my hand.
That may be what's keeping him here is his missing hand.
Yeah, he gets it.
But like, if we were to disintegrate him, would he move on? Like, my character is okay. I haven't seen how this works. My character is acting in character. Now, if we disintegrate him, doesn't that accomplish the same goal?
Yeah, but that's not really going to look good.
Well, you can try it. I mean, I don't mind. I just want to move on.
I mean, he sounds willing.
All right.
Hold still.
Yeah, I was going to say, can we make that a plan B?
The other ghost looks a little bit amused, like he knows how this is going to turn out, but he's just waiting to see what you do.
I mean, plan B, I'm down with that. You know, I'm not trying to hurt you, Mr. Ghost. I'm just trying to help you with what we got.
I understand.
One hand, you know, Liam, what do you got? You have Skye.
I don't.
What little spell is Skye?
I think
it's pretty up there.
That's what I was just thinking.
I don't have it either.
I keep forgetting we're still losers.
We still
suck.
we're still total crap. I'm surprised we've beaten up anybody so far.
Level 6 is pretty up there.
I know.
No,
I thought we had. Oh, wait a minute. What about the spell book?
Can't locate hands in there?
Yeah, it's on page 5.
Oh, grid.
Get it? Page 5? Wait, did you have all your fingers when you lost your hand, sir?
Good point.
Oh, no. I think so, yeah.
Okay. Because if you lost some fingers, I mean, first we'd have to find the fingers.
Right.
Then it would be a thing. I'm just talking about, well, like, I think in lore, Liam is literally just...
Yeah.
Oh my God, what have I got here?
Yeah. I'm literally going through those spell books that we found.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's looking at that.
In here about this.
And the other ghost says, Peric, I don't know if that's what's keeping you from moving on. And he says, it definitely is. I've tried before, believe me. I tried, and they told me to come back, and I need all my stuff. Like, I try to move on, and they're like, no. Your entire remains need to be at rest. I mean, I don't know who they is. It's a ghost feeling.
Who told you to come back?
Oh, it's not they. It's a ghost feeling. I mean, it's hard to explain. Probably. I mean, I don't know who Kellamore is, honestly, but
can I, in universe, say it's someone? And I don't want to actually say it's Kellamore, but can I do that?
Sure.
It's probably Lolth. I mean, she's the one in charge of that.
It's because who's the god?
Oh gods. You don't think Lolf's keeping me from resting, do you? And the other one says, it's not Lolf keeping me from resting.
That totally sounds like the kind of thing she'd do. I'm just saying.
She's probably signaling me out. Oh, no.
Yep.
Oh, no.
She's known, I mean, cuckoo, you know, just crazy. I just learned about it. Did you know Drizzt is her freaking chosen one?
Mark, not helping.
Oh, sorry.
Not helping.
Who's Drizzt? Sounds like a loser.
Yes, he's a total loser. That's the best part.
Drizzt, like Drizzle? Like, who names their I don't know, whatever.
His last name's De Urden, which I'm pronouncing wrong.
That's terrible. Why doesn't he have... I mean, he should have, like, a proper name like Mantle Handle or Diggermatic.
Seriously, De Urden? What the heck is that supposed
Gem
to be?
Finder. It sounds like the sound that you make when you're disgusted with something.
You know what? That's exactly what his parents... Okay, I don't want to actually get into Drizzt lore.
It's like, here, you want this band?
We're going to go deep, huh? Okay.
I mean, Drizzt's parents are not nice people.
For not liking this person, it sounds like you know a lot about him.
I know way more than I'd like to know about this person.
Did you know this city wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the Drizzt novels?
Yes, I literally know that.
I literally exist because of Drizzt.
The Drizzt. I'm sorry.
No.
I will punch you, Sir Ghost.
I wouldn't know this, but Drizzt was actually here a couple hundred years ago, and he's one of the main reasons we were invaded.
Yes, I know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that comes close is the locate creature spell in the spell book, but I don't think that's going to work.
You should totally
Oh.
try it anyways. You should. I'm not even joking. You should totally go for it and see if you can find the creature that is his hand. I mean, what do you got to lose, right? I mean, we got days to get your spells back. We're not in combat for like 6 hours solid now.
Can I cast it as a ritual?
I don't think so. I don't think that's a ritualistic spell.
Yeah.
Does not look like it.
Okay. Well,
yeah, looking at this spell, I mean, you can try it. You kind of get the feeling it's probably just going to point to him, though.
yeah.
That's the best part. Do it.
I hate to say it, though. My alarm did go off. I need to.
Gotcha.
Oh, God, I didn't even realize it was already after 11. You're right.
Yeah.
I need to get ready for work. So.
Real quick, Guido, I've actually tried turning on and off several options. The problem is nothing's changing on my screen. Like on your Zoom, I look fine, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Like it doesn't look as blurry as OBS is, to put it simply.
No.
Strange. I don't know.
Eh.
Yeah.